देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा। Festival. So, to celebrate the most important festival of Sri Krishna, janmastami. So, before we get into few of the pastimes of the Lord, let's try to take one shloka from Bhagavad Gita 4.9. Please try to repeat. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tatvatah yata devam punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. Who wants to try? Yeah, Mataji, go ahead.
Janma karma cha me divyam
Janma karma cha me divyam
evam yo veti tatvata tyakva devam punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna.
Any Prabhuji wants to try?
Janma karma cha me divyam
Janma karma cha me divyam
evam yo veti tatvatah
evam yo veti tatvata
tyakva deham punarjanma
naiti
naiti
mameti so Arjuna.
So translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. So one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not upon leaving the body take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. So anyone wants to read the purport? Mataji, you want to read?
The Lord descended from his
You have to be loud and clear.
The Lord descended from his transcendental abode is already explained in the 6th verse. One who can understand the truth of the appearance of the personality of Godhead is already liberated from the material bondage, and therefore he returns to the kingdom of God immediately. After quitting this present material body, such liberation of the living entity from material bondage is not at all easy. The impersonalists and the yogis attain liberation only after much trouble and many births. Even then, the liberation they achieve, merging into impersonal Brahma Jyotir of the Lord, is only partial, and there is the risk of returning to this material world. But devotees, simply by understanding the transcendental nature of the body and the activities of the Lord, attains the abode of the Lord after ending this body and does not run the risk of returning to this material world. In the Brahma Samhita 5.33, it is stated that the Lord has many forms and incarnations. Advaitam, Achyutam, Ananditam, and Ananta Rupam although there are many transcendental forms of the Lord, they are still one and the same, Supreme Personality of Godhead. One has to understand this fact with conviction, although it is incomprehensible to mundane scholars and empiric philosophers, as stated in the Vedas, Purusha Bodhin Upanishad.
एको देवो नित्य लीला नौरातो bhakta vyapi hridaya antar atma. The one supreme personality of Godhead is eternally engaged in many transcendental forms in relationships with his unallowed devotees. The Vedic version is confirmed in this verse of the Gita personally by the Lord. He who accepts this truth on the strength of the authority of the Vedas and of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and who does not waste time in philosophical speculations, attains the highest perfectional stage of liberation. Simply by accepting this truth on faith, one can, without a doubt, attain liberation. The Vedic version, Tat Tattvam Asi, is actually applied in this case. Anyone who understands Lord Krishna to be the Supreme, or who says unto the God, "You are the same Supreme Brahman," the personality of Godhead, is certainly liberated instantly, and consequently his entrance into the transcendental association of the Lord is guaranteed. In other words, such a faithful devotee of the Lord attains perfection, and this is confirmed by the following Vedic assertion. Tam eva viditvadi mrityam eti nanya panta vidyate yanaya. One can attain the perfect stage of liberation from birth and death simply by knowing the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and there is no other way to achieve this perfection. Svetasvatara Upanishad 3.8. That there is no alternative means that anyone who does not understand Lord Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead is surely in the mode of ignorance, and consequently he will not attain salvation simply. So to speak, by licking the outer surface of the bottle of honey, or by interpreting the Bhagavad Gita according to the mundane scholarship. Such empiric philosophers may assume very important roles in the material world, but they are not necessarily eligible for liberation. Such puffed up mundane scholars have to wait for the costless mercy of the devotee of the Lord. One should therefore cultivate Krishna consciousness with faith and knowledge, and in this way attain perfection.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. We'll chant these prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadankitam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Yutam Sadhakatam Sadhanam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Savitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sadhana Lalita Shri Shakhamitansha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopeja Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosture Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Namo
कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी आशाकलेशकारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। So in this verse, Krishna is speaking to Arjuna and he is giving him a hint how you can come back to the spiritual world. Now how many of us we want to go back to spiritual world? Please raise your hand. So maybe some of them they are either they are not sure where they want to go after this life, or maybe thinking like we have just one life, or maybe they want to come back to the material world. But here Krishna is purposely talking about this particular verse. So one time I was visiting my friend and his father, he said, Krishna, I don't know why people call him God. He just like another human being. It's just that he has done some great activities. And I was surprised, And such people, they hold like big positions in the corporation world also. Because they are so engrossed in material knowledge, gaining the material knowledge, they don't have any time to dive deeper into any of our scriptures to know the reality. So, what is our today's shloka? Anybody remembers the translation or the purport? Yes. Yes, yeah, very nice. Yeah, perfectly Mataji has repeated the translation of this verse. And that's why she is very serious in her sadhana. And so that's how we have to hear when we come to such programs. Actually, when Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken, Parikshit Maharaj, he was told that he is going to have only 7 days in his life. And he asked all the sages, like, who can enlighten me in these 7 days? Who can help me understand what is the real purpose of life in these 7 days? Who can help me to understand that what I am going to do in these 7 days, is it going to lead me to the perfect goal of life? And Sukadeva Goswami, he was completely a renounced personality, a very pure devotee of the Lord, and everyone unanimously chosen him to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam's topic. So these topics, when Parikshit Maharaj was listening, he was not worried about anything else. Now Parikshit Maharaj, he was not just the king of a particular area or a state. So he was not just the king of a particular village or a city or state or country. In fact, Srimad Bhagavatam explains, in those days, 5,000 years back, the whole world was controlled through India. That was the power of Indian, kings. So he had that kind of power. But when he came to know he has only 7 days, within few hours he was able to delegate all his responsibilities to his family members. He was completely detached. He took away all the jewelries and everything and just put on a cloth something like what I have worn now, a simple cloth, and he just left to the forest to take the shelter of the sages. So when he was listening to Sukdev Goswami, he was so attentive that he was not getting any second thought or a different thought in his mind other than what this Srimad Bhagavatam was being spoken. So that is the perfection of hearing. So we should be so attentive, because though I am speaking, but it's not me speaking, it's whatever Krishna has given in the scriptures and whatever the Guru Parampara has given the translation and the purports. We are simply repeating those. I am just a medium, just like this mic. Is anyone going to give any credit to the mic? Mic is simply, whatever I am speaking, it is sending out through the speaker. So same way, with all my unlimited disqualification, I will try my best to send out, whatever comes through our parampara. So evam parampara prapto tato rajarshya vidusa kalina mata yogo nasta parampara. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that in the previous yugas, everybody used to come together like this every day in the evening, finishing all their jobs, household responsibilities, dinner, everything, and sit down and do Hari Kirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And probably that was the mercy of the Lord on those people. That time there were no lights, that time there were no TV shows, no Wi-Fi, no internet. Nowadays we have been bewildered by Maya. Maya comes in different forms. And in the current scenario, if you see, Maya has literally come in a form which is very, very distracting for the kids, for the students going to the college, even for the people who are working in corporate organization. Every now and then they are getting some kind of pop-up. I was standing near my boss, and every now and then he was getting tung, and they used to say, "Oh, I got this message. Tung. Okay, I got that." Why people are making their life so complicated? Of course, this is a facility, but then he was not able to focus on what he was doing the work. He was trying to do something. Tung. Oh, I got this message. Oh, yeah, I have to do this. Yeah, what we were discussing? Yeah, we were discussing. Tung. So, that's how we have given up full control of our mind. We are literally depending on all the technological things, and they are completely taking control of our mind. So, in today's shloka, Krishna says very wonderful words. So anybody who understands the transcendental nature of the Lord. So as I was giving the example of my friend's father, he was thinking Krishna is another human being. For such people, there is no need to even discuss what is the end goal of their life, right? But here Krishna is clearly saying transcendental nature. Transcendental means anything which is beyond the material realm. So whatever knowledge we have is the material nature's knowledge. But anything when it goes beyond that, that is the transcendental knowledge. And that we have to understand. Krishna is not an ordinary person like us who is taking birth in the womb. So anybody knows like how Krishna was born?
Yes.
So Krishna, first he came in the heart of
Vasudev.
Nanda Maharaj. Vasudev? Whose heart?
Vasudev.
Vasudev, yes. So he came in the heart of Vasudev, and I will say why I said Nanda Maharaj also, okay? We'll come to that part. So he came to the heart of Vasudev, and then he went from the heart of Vasudev to the heart of Devaki. And from the heart of Devaki to the womb. So whenever Lord takes birth, even Lord Jesus Christ, he was not born like an ordinary child. Huh? When a male or female they come together and a child is born, not like that. So when the Lord comes, there is no need to perform all these activities. In fact, Lord can come without all these things. Any examples? Lord Narsimhadev, right? He can directly come through a pillar. Any other example? Vaman Dev, right? How he appeared? Varahadev, right? Varahadev, he appeared directly from the nostril of Lord Rama. So Lord doesn't have to come through womb. He can choose from where he wants to come, how he wants to come, because he is completely beyond all the material limitations. And that's why we are discussing all these things. Because Krishna says, anyone who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance. So first of all, we have to understand, whenever we do Krishna Janmastami, it is not an ordinary birthday celebration just like we have our own or our children's or somebody in our family. Right? So it's a transcendental activity when the Lord comes in this world. And whatever Leela he has performed, we'll try to discuss. Anything else anyone wants to say what was mentioned in the purport? So how some people they are trying to attain liberation? In the purport it was mentioned, right? Some people are trying, especially the impersonalist, right? Impersonalist means one who does not believe in a personal form of the Lord. They think Lord is energy. At least they accept something is there, but I don't know. And then but at the most, such people, they can go up to the Brahma Jyoti. Now, Brahma Jyoti is nothing but an effulgence which is spread outside of Golok Vrindavan. It's a light, it's a empty space, you can say, enlightened. And the soul goes there, he is liberated. But he cannot interact with any other person. That is called as Sayujya Mukti. There are 5 different kinds of liberation. Sarupya Mukti, Sayujya Mukti, Salokya Muktis, all the different 5 types. So I am referring to the Sayujya Mukti, where somebody wants to get into the Lord's body, means into the effulgence of the Lord. He wants to merge into the Lord. So upon leaving the body, and I think Palvit very nicely brought up that verse, Dehinosmin yatha dehe, kaumaram yavanam jara tatha dehantar pati dirasatanam. How the soul travels from different bodies, and at the end of his life, similarly Krishna says he will go into another body. And those who know this, they are not disturbed or bewildered. Now the root cause of committing sins in this life is to think only one life. I have just one life. So there is no question of what I do with my life, right? And there is no question of what happens after my life. So that is the root cause. And that's why there are many shlokas in Bhagavad Gita where Krishna, otherwise why Krishna will explain all this on the battlefield to Arjuna? Upon leaving the body, what is going to happen? Whether you are going to take birth again in this material world, or are you going to come back to me? So last time, and this is 4.10 shloka. So this is the verse that we discussed in our last program, where Lord, he also gave us the knowledge. What are the 3 things that binds us in this world? And especially what are those things is attachment to the relationships, attachment to the material belongings, attachment to our job, attachment to our cell phones, attachment to all the different things of this world. So when you are freed from all such attachments, then fear and anger, one is always under fear, whether he agrees or disagrees or whatever. you know, and then anger. Whenever his desire is not fulfilled, whatever he wants, then he will get angry. Huh? And that is also given in Bhagavad Gita, but we will not go in that direction. So, one who is freed from these three things and one who is fully absorbed in me, what does it mean? Now you will say, I have so many things to do. I have my office work, I have to take my children to different classes. How I can sit at one place and absorb? No. So Krishna is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explaining here is Yukta Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya means there is nothing wrong in having what we have, but to use that in Krishna's service. There is nothing wrong getting more money, but if you are using that money to commit sinful activities, then you are putting yourself down into the hell. So if you have money, you can donate to, so many temples are coming up, so many spiritual programs like this happen, support them, support temple activity, So we can use money in different ways, like, you can buy such mic stand, mic system, all the spiritual things that you can use in Krishna's service. Right? And then taking refuge in me means, you are taking complete shelter of me, not anyone else. So many persons in the past, they have purified and they have come back to me. Then last time we also discussed about the 9 stages of bhakti. Bhakti is not something like, on a click, okay, one day, yeah, I got the love of the Lord. These are the 9 stages explained. Okay, 9 stages of bhakti yoga. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has explained Karma Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. Krishna has explained that Bhakti Yoga is the topmost of all. Just जो बोलते हैं ना कर्म करो और सब हो जाएगा, नहीं. Bhakti Yoga is the topmost. So what does exactly it means? The same thing, Yukta Vairagya. Use everything what you have in Krishna's service. Now today, I have this projector and we had nice long weekend. I could have put some nice Bollywood movie and I would have invited all such people. I could have kept all wrong items to eat and drink and I could have spent nicely. But today we are coming together and discussing something about Krishna Janmastami. So what is the difference? I mean, both sides, enjoyment is there, no doubt. But again, Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita that we perform 3 types of activities: karma, akarma, vikarma. So karma means, good things that we do in our life to take care of our family, children, or society, or whatever duties we have. Vikarma means doing the wrong thing. Somebody may become a terrorist or somebody may get involved into doing things which are against dharma, against religion. So those are vikarma. Then what is akarma? Akarma is whatever we are doing now. This is neither good karma nor bad karma. If anyone has come here thinking that today I will do some good karma and I will offer some milk to Lord, no, you are doing akarma. Whenever you do any service to Krishna, that is akarma. We have to increase our balance of akarma account. We have these 3 bank accounts. Just like we have 3 credit cards, imagine. So we have to increase this section. Do more activities. Yat karoshi yadashanashi yajjosi dadasi yat tapasyasu kaunteya tat kurusho adarpana. Krishna says that whatever you do, whatever activities you do, whatever things you do, do it as an offering to me. Or whatever you give away, like donations, give it to me. And by doing so, you will be freed from the bondage of material life. So these 9 stages we talked about, we're starting with Shraddha, faith, So first you need to have faith and then sadhu sang, just like how we are meeting it together. So this is very much needed. And this is the process given in Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, the process, spiritual process is Harinam Sankirtan. So Harinam लेना है, हरि के बारे में सुनना है, बोलना है, and do it with full understanding that by coming together like this, I am following the dharma. So every yuga has its dharma. In Kali Yuga, the Kali Yuga dharma is Harinam Sankirtan and chanting the names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. So slowly the one, he goes into the higher and higher stages. So once he accepts a guru, he goes to the third stage. He sincerely starts chanting, following the four regulative principles, and then he will go to the fourth stage where the sixth anarthas will go away. Now when Krishna was born, before him, what had happened? There were 6 children which were killed by Kamsa. And after that came Lord Balaram. So when these 6 children, they represent the 6 anarthas. Kam, Krodha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. So when anartha nivrutti happens, so it will only happen when we follow the four regulative principles. No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. And chant this mantra of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So actually, why one should not do these 4 things? Very easy. These are the things that is dragging you towards sinful life. So you cannot go in both directions. You cannot go in the right as well as wrong direction. You have to choose. Whenever you are going in a particular direction, how often you go in the wrong direction, how often you go in the right direction. And that depends on your mind. Bandhur atma atmanastasya yenatma atma anatmanastu shatrutve vartit atmaya shatruvata. Krishna explains that one who has controlled his mind is best of his friend. Otherwise, the same mind is your worst enemy. There is no need to find out any external enemy. Your own mind is your enemy if it is not properly controlled. So chanting of the mantra helps you to control your mind. Your mind becomes so strong, it can say no to the senses. Now senses, higher Krishna has also explained. There are 5 senses, like 5, we'll come to that slide and we'll talk about it. So once you go through the anartha nivrutti, you are no more, getting affected by those things. Then further will come Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava and Prem. And the gopis of Vrindavan, they were at the Prema stage. In the Prema stage, you are completely mad for Krishna. You are ready to do anything and everything for Krishna. Dharmam tu shakshat bhagavad pranitam. We often talk about dharma and everyone thinks that pati dharma, patni dharma, putra dharma, putri dharma, desh dharma, this dharma, that dharma. Right? But Krishna says, anyone who follows what I am asking them to do, that is the real dharma. Dharmam tu shakshat bhagavad pranita. So and that's why Krishna has given all his instructions in Bhagavad Gita. So if we read it properly, we will get all those things. So tadvidi pranipatena, we have to accept a guru. We have to surrender to him. At least one person in life, we should surrender our false ego. Our false ego is so strong that we don't want to surrender to anyone. So by accepting Guru, we are simply saying, I don't know anything. And even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the combined incarnation of Radha and Krishna together. he also accepted Ishwar Puri as his guru. And he was madly chanting in every different towns, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And the Mayavadis, sannyasis, they said, what are you doing? Why are you like madly dancing and chanting the names of the Lord? What is this? You have taken sannyas. You should systematically study Vedas. That is your job. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained that when I got initiated, when I got this mantra, after I got this mantra, I have gone mad. It is giving me so intense pleasure, I can't stop chanting it. So that is the importance of getting the mantra from Guru. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said that my Guru, he told me that there is nothing else to be done than chanting this mantra. So everything is there. Goro Kero Prema Dhana Harinam Sankirtan. This Harinam Sankirtan is not an ordinary thing. It looks very easy because in Kali Yuga, the people, they have so many complicated things, other things to do. Krishna has, that's why, made the spiritual process very easy. Just take one mala, sit down for at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. We also talked about last time. So how our consciousness, it evolves. Right? So these are the 9 stages of bhakti and these are the 6 stages in which our consciousness, it evolves. So Annamaya Kosh means what? Life comes from food. So some people are only interested in food and they focus on what I eat, what I don't eat, and if I eat this, that will happen, and only food. So Annamaya, they are at the first level. That is part of material consciousness. Okay. Second is Pranamaya Kosh. They think like life is energy. And third is Manomaya. We have already covered, so that's why I'm going fast on these things. So Manomaya is somebody thinking like life is mind. Okay. And then when he goes beyond the mind, then the transcendental consciousness, which is the bhakti consciousness, arises. So first is Jnanamaya, means you are acquiring the right knowledge, like getting knowledge from Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Then Vijnanamaya means self-realized knowledge. So you are getting the knowledge, you are applying in your life, and you are experiencing it. That is called as self-realization. And then finally is the Anandamaya. So that is the stage of pure love of Godhead. That we have directions. And one who is driving the chariot, who is he? Mind. Any other guesses? Who is driving the chariot? Intelligence, yes. And where is the mind? The reins of the horses. That is, which is directly connected to the senses. So the reins are mind. So if you loosen the mind, the 5 wild horses will drive you crazy. And you will get so addicted to things and it's very difficult to get out of it. So through intelligence we can understand Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, spiritual books. And when it becomes strong, it can tightly hold the reins. In turn, they will tightly control the horses. That is senses. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, this particular verse is mentioned, which is also mentioned in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Sarva upadi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirvalam rishikena rishikesa sevanam bhakti ruchyate. So one is freed from all material designations and one's senses are purified simply by being employed in the service of the Lord. So that's how purifying is the activity that we are doing and sitting here. It's not an ordinary activity. It is purifying us without any of our knowledge. And it is also freeing us from all the material designation. Every now and then we think I am so and so, I am Mr. So and so, I am either a husband or a wife, I am employed by this company, so I am related to that company. So many superficial designations. So when Krishna appears on the earth, so I think Palvit already recited this verse today. So when Krishna appears, so this particular verse tells us when Krishna appears. Yada yada idharmasya. So translation, so whenever there is a decline in the religious activities, a predominant increase in the irreligious activities, Krishna says that is the time when he appears in this world. And we also may wondering, why does Krishna appear on the earth? Can he not do it through any of other his avatars? Why Krishna personally has to appear? So again, I think this verse is also talked about Paritraya Sadhana Vinashaya Dushkata. So Krishna, he comes to deliver his devotees, those who are pious. He comes to deliver them and to annihilate the miscreants. जो उल्टा सुल्टा काम कर रहे हैं, to teach them lessons. And he is coming again and again. So we have also discussed this. The original Krishna, he comes once in a day of Brahma. Now, for some of you, whatever I am speaking, it will become very complicated. Okay, if you are hearing for the first time, but that's why keep coming as you keep hearing, because even when I used to attend ISKCON programs in the beginning, I never used to understand what they are saying. They will say Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami. पूरा खिचड़ी हो जाता था मेरे दिमाग में कि कौन क्या है? This Swami came first or that Goswami came next? Oh, okay, he is brother of this. Oh, okay. This Goswami is nephew of this. Oh, okay. So if you keep hearing again and again, so repetition is very much required. Just as whenever जो प्रेस्टिज जो बीबी से करे प्यार, वो प्रेस्टिज से कैसे करे? इनका advertisement, every time they were showing and everybody was getting carried away. Finally that wife has to ask, are you going to get me that prestige cooker or not? जो बीबी से करे प्यार, वो भले कैसे प्रेस्टीज से करे इनका. So that's how when things are repeated, automatically, see why even nowadays they are making movies and then they are going in different events to do the publicity. In different programs to catch the viewers' attention. Hey, we are coming up with this movie. तो जिसका जितना मार्केटिंग होगा, तो माइंड उतना उधर जाएगा. So Krishna also comes and he wants to perform certain activities and attract the hearts of the devotees. That is his sole purpose. He wants to come and enjoy the pastimes with the devotees. And of course, killing the demons is secondary and very unimportant thing for him. Krishna does not have to take any particular form to come. He can simply go in the heart, switch off the heart, काम हो गया. Why he has to take birth and kill Hiranyakashipu or Hiranyaksha? But he just want to perform some leela, so we all can come and discuss and relish those leela. Engage our mind. Yashoda Mai and all the gopis in Vrindavan, every day they were chatting with each other. Krishna ne kya kiya? Yesterday Krishna performed this leela. Oh, it was so sweet. Yeah, I love that. And I remember, how he fooled everybody and how he stole the butter. Now, in fact, when Krishna was visiting all the different friends, house, he already had 9 lakh cows. So just imagine how much milk his home must be producing and how much butter he must be having at home. But he used to go in different houses because he knows that all of them, they love me so much. If I don't go and steal the butter in their houses, they will feel depressed. So just to give pleasure of his devotee, he used to go and perform all this leela. Sorry. So Krishna, again, he was born in jail. Now, is a jail a place to take birth? And that too for a person who is calling himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. उसने मस्त arrange किया होता. Hey, what is the best of the city? Best of the nice place, and very comfortably he could have taken birth. But he is taking birth in jail. His parents, they are going through lot of suffering. But Krishna, through all these pastimes, is trying to show that the devotee is ready to serve Krishna in any situation. Doesn't matter whether he is in jail or outside of jail or whatever difficulties he is going through. So Lord Krishna, born in Vrindavan to Mother Yashoda. So how many of you agree with this? I see some nodding heads, but confidence is very, very low. How many of you agree that Krishna was born in Vrindavan to Mother Yashoda? So, our acharyas, they explain, actually 2 Krishnas were born, one to Devaki, and actually Yashoda, she had twins. One was Krishna, another was the girl. And when the Dwarka, when the Krishna was brought, Vasudeva Krishna, that Krishna and Yashodamai's Krishna, they got merged into one. And when Krishna was again taken to Mathura, that time the Vrindavan Krishna stayed back and the Mathura Krishna left. And that's why we will always hear from devotees, Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Right? That is a statement we clearly see. Krishna has gone to Mathura and later to Dwarka. And then how come Krishna is not leaving Vrindavan? Because Yashoda's Krishna, he never leaves Vrindavan. That is the place where he always eternal, even till today. Even today, there are places in Vrindavan where Krishna is performing his leelas every day. Which is that place? Anybody remember? Huh? Yes. Nidhivan. So, Nidhivan is the place. How many of you have gone to Vrindavan? Okay. Okay. So, anybody who has not gone, please make a priority. This is the place where the Supreme Lord has gone. We are so eager to go to, all the places in US. Spending thousands of dollars. क्या देख के आए, एक स्टोन देख के आए, थोड़ा वाटर देख के आए, एक पेड़ था बहुत बड़ा था, whatever, clouds देख के आए. I am not saying don't go, but these places are very, very important. So we should also visit to Vrindavan. And when Krishna was married to Radharani or not? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So that is the second picture, So you should never think that the relationship that Krishna had with Radharani. So they were secretly married, secretly. Okay. So only the transcendental personalities like Vyasadeva, they could vision what has happened. This was not like a open marriage and declared to everyone. Okay, but Lord Brahma, he personally came and performed the marriage ceremony. But from material perspective, Radharani, she got married to Abhimanyu. Again, Abhimanyu is an expansion of Krishna. Because Radharani, she can't marry to any other person than Krishna. Okay? And we often talk about Krishna's Rasa Leela, right? And most of the movies, they take it in a very wrong sense, and especially our Indian known people. So Krishna was only 8-year-old when he performed Rasa Leela. What a 8-year boy will understand. So innocent. And all the gopis, who were they? Any guesses? Who were the gopis of Vrindavan? Were they like 4 Vedas?
They were sadhus, sages.
Yes. Yeah. So we should never think like it's some ordinary, Dehati and backward village girls, they are dancing. All these were exalted saints. All of them, they had practically renounced everything in this world, and when they saw Lord Ram, they were completely mesmerized and they wanted to be his life companion. But Ram said, in this life I will only marry one lady. So in next birth I will come as Krishna, I will satisfy all your desires. So Krishna has actually killed many demons. And we'll quickly go through the different demons. We are not going to get into the pastimes. I know by now most of you have either read it, seen it, heard it before. So we'll just try to see what lesson we can learn from this pastime. So anybody remembers like what is being shown in the first and the second picture? Whose pastime is that? Yes, Arjuna tree. And which Leela is this? Damodar Leela, yes. So in Damodar Leela, so these were Nala and Kuber. They were actually fully naked, and with the ladies who were also like in the same way, taking bath in Mandakini river. And this is the area belonging to Lord Shiva. Now they were so close to Lord Shiva, just imagine. They were the sons of Kuvera. Now Kuvera, he is the richest in all Devis and Devatas. He handles the finance. So they were so puffed up. So when Narad Muni walked in, all the ladies, they immediately covered their bodies and they left the places. But these two personalities, Nala and Kuvera, they continued to drink and continue to ignore or respect Narad Muni. And Narad Muni actually was not expecting any respect for him, but he felt like they have fallen so much, I have to take care of them. And that's why he cursed them that you will become Arjuna trees. And they became Arjuna trees in Gokul. Okay? And that's where when Krishna was bound by the ropes, and then he, along with the grinding mortar, he went in the 2 trees and it fell down. And the 2 personalities again, they came out, they got fully purified. So Krishna was only 2-year-old that time. So what does this represent in our life is arrogant pride that comes from puffed up prestige, which is rooted in the madness for wealth. Some people, they think that if I have a lot of money, I can do anything and everything. And that's why people in this world, they always are running after money. So when Krishna was 2 years, around 4 to 5 months, again, another demon came, Bakasura. What was the Bakasura demon? So you can see in the third picture, right? This was the... So all the Gopas, they went in fact into his mouth. They thought that it's a nice sliding thing, and they went inside his body, and later on, Krishna killed this Bakasura. So Bakasura, it represents the cunning, duplicity, deceptiveness and false types of behavior. So we also have these kind of tendencies. So when Krishna has killed all these demons, we should also ask Krishna to come and remove all such things from our heart. Any kind of duplicity. है तो एक दिखाने का एक. Huh? We may be here, but in corporate world, everyone wants to show I am here. Spiritually, we may be here or nowhere, but I am here. Either I am donating a lot of money and that's why I should get the first chance to do Abhishek. Some people, they have such a kind of mentality. But Krishna is not interested in duplicity. Now, Krishna, see, we don't have to show anything to Krishna. Krishna knows each and every thought that you have in your mind. Krishna knows the past, present and future. How Krishna can say this to Arjuna? Because he has access to everybody. Just like if today government wants to track any one of us, खाली SSN डालो, पैन नंबर या आपका सब हिस्ट्री आ जाए. कौन से डॉक्टर के पास जा रहे हो, क्या बीमारी हो रहा है, how many bank accounts you have, how much you have, all history will come. So if human beings are so smart, why do we feel Krishna is not so smart? Then Vatsasura. Vatsasura is what is shown in the picture besides the text. It's a calf demon. A demon came in the form of a calf and it was doing some mischievous activities, and later on it was trying to hit the Gopals and disturb their play. So this represents a childish type of mentality which gives rise to a type of greediness which results in a wicked type of mischievousness. So whatever greediness we have, this is what it represents. So Putna. So when Krishna was just like 3 to 6 days old, Putna came in a disguised form, in a very beautiful form. When she came, everyone thought like, oh, she's, coming from the spiritual world. She may be a Devi or, some kind of Devta. But Krishna completely recognized her and killed her by sucking her life. Now, how long was Putana? So that's a homework. Okay, I know, but do a research. What are the size of Putana? You will be amazed to find out. So, what Putana represents is pseudo guru. Pseudo guru matlab duplicate guru. Duplicate in the sense, false gurus. Gurus who just run spiritual things for the sake of it. No goal, nothing. Khali aao, meditate karo. Okay, you got some happiness, go home and enjoy the rest of your day. There are so many pseudo organizations, pseudo gurus in today's world. They will not, even some Bhagavad kathas are going on, but they will never speak the real truth. They will only speak the different pastimes and their conclusions will be different. There are so many versions of Bhagavad Gita. Even Mahatma Gandhi wrote it, who got assassinated. Anyone and everyone can just get up and start writing his own, whatever comes to mind. And that's why Srila Prabhupada, he has named the ISKCON Bhagavad Gita as Bhagavad Gita as it is. He has not added any of his mental concoctions there. He perfectly gave the knowledge what Krishna gave it to Arjuna. And that's why in ISKCON we see so many sincere and serious devotees have produced. So with one effort of Srila Prabhupada. If Prabhupada would have diluted the message, today we would have not been sitting here. He gave the message so clearly and perfectly. So what was the Shakatasura? Yeah, the cart demon. Again, Krishna was very small baby and the ghost actually got into the body of cart. And last time we talked about this. Who gave the class on this? Anybody remember? Jagannath Priya Prabhu, when he came, he talked about this, right? What it represents? It represents all our old bad habits. See, when we perform a particular act, and if you keep doing it, it will become your habit. Like sometimes you are waking up your children, right? Hey, get up, it's time. School bus is coming, why are you not getting? Yes, mommy, 5 minutes. हाँ 5-10 मिनट के बाद भी हम वापस बोलेगा 5